Building a Madden Empire 1-4. 4 offensive plays that will destroy the computer and most humans.
Guys, welcome to lesson 1.4. So the first thing we want to do is get our playbook that we're used to using. So let's see if we can get it for cheap. All right, so we're used to the Colts offense. Let's see if we can pick it up for cheap here. There we go. 550 is not too bad. We'll take it. All right, so this is the power run playbook. That's going to be the main thing we're basing our team around here. Let's go ahead and look at uniforms too. Let's see if we can get our San Francisco uniforms on here. And I can get home and away for 100. That's perfect. Okay, so I'm not going to worry too much about personnel right now. We're just going to use the offense that we have. And I'll show you guys some basic plays that will allow you to have success on offense. So first thing we're going to do is get through these opening games. So let's start there. So we get to gain 20 yards on the opening drive. So let's start with that. Pretty sure we set up our uniforms though. Let me go back and try to get those right. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and show you some plays that'll help you beat these computer challenges really easily. All right, so all we got to do here is gain 20 yards. So this should be a pretty easy challenge for us here, hopefully. All right, so our goal is to get 20 yards or more. We can't miss a field goal. We can't fumble the ball. We can't throw an interception. We can't commit turnover on downs. So first play I want to show you is out of the I formation, twins flex. We're going to be using this formation a lot. So what we want to do is we want to put a tight end at both of our wide receiver positions. We're going to put an extra tackle in at tight end. And basically what we're doing is we're just putting our best blockers on the field. So again, we don't have much to work with here, so we're just going to use what we started with. Hopefully the tight ends are better blockers than receivers. You'll also notice your camera might be messed up when you first start. You can hit down on the D-pad to fix it temporarily. I'll show you how to get your settings right permanently after this game.
HB Toss, Reads and Setup. HB Toss with a Power O audible gives you 4 choices depending on the defense. If there's lots of room to the right, run the play normally. If a defender is out in space to the right, use Power O to run inside of him. Use LB or L1 plus Y or triangle to select Power O if you are using the Colts offensive playbook. If their left end lines up up outside your tackle, you can run power O to the left. Flip the play by hitting left on the right stick. If the left end is lined up inside of the left tackle, simply flip HB toss to the right.
So snap the ball. I didn't really explain what I did there, so I'll try to explain it next time. So 12 for 20. All right. So the play I like to start with is called HB toss. And the reason I like calling it HB toss is that in the Colts playbook, they also have power O as one of the audibles. So if you think you can make the corner, in this case, they've got men out to the right, but not to the left. So we're going to flip this play to the left. And we should have enough blocks to get outside to the left. Let's try it. Got a block there. 62 made his block, and we got knocked out of bounds. So good run there. So now we only need 2 more yards. So on short yardage plays, I like to call a play called HB blast. Now, I like to call either a toss or run straight up the middle, because if you wanted to slant this outside, you can choose that option. Although here it looks like right where we're running the ball, there's a huge space to run through. So we're going to try to just run through that space. Now you could hit triangle there. I just prefer to hit hold on to the ball. Seems like you fumble a lot less that way. So that's all there is to it. Even with no personnel, you should be able to run pretty effectively against a computer on like a rookie difficulty level. We'll back out and adjust our settings here because you definitely don't want to play with that camera angle. All right, so we got 100 for that. We get an opening games pack. Now we get these ultimate team tips in here. And a lot of times you can put these in sets. This one is not eligible for sets. So just go ahead and take coins for it. Isaiah Crowell is not really going to have much speed or trucking or anything like that. So we're just going to quick sell him because we can't do anything else with him. So we'll just take whatever coins we can get right now. All right, let's go ahead and back out and mess with our settings here. All right, so if you don't like the way the camera angle's set up normally, what you can do is you can go over to Customize. And then you can go to Settings. And then you can go to Settings again. All right, now what you want to do is go to Visual Feedback. And then you want to drive down to offense and defensive camera settings. So instead of zoom, you want to set these to standard. That'll let you see most of the field. I like keeping the toggle on. I don't know what all you can do with the strategy pad controls, but I like to make sure that if the camera angle is messed up, I can change out of it. So we're going to keep it just like that. We're going to go ahead and back out. It should automatically save our settings. Oh, one more thing. You also want to make sure that you are always kicking the ball at the start of the game. So you always want to kick because that allows you to get the ball first at half. It's a huge advantage. I don't think the win matters too much. I've heard some people say you want to go against the win so you get it in the fourth quarter when it's important. That might be the right thing to do. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's go back in Ultimate Team now that our settings are better. And again, let's just keep working this running play. Again, we don't have very good personnel until we start selling some items. And that's fine. For these first 8 challenges, you really shouldn't need too many upgrades. So let's continue here. All right, so down by 2, all we need to do is put some points on the board. So hopefully our kicker will be good enough for this. All right, so in the first game, we showed you our rushing plays. Let's go ahead and show you our passing plays. So we have 3 running plays that we like. We basically have 2 passing plays that we like. Again, this playbook that I run is really simple. There's not a whole lot to it. So the Colts playbook has 2 passing formation. One is empty tray flex and one is empty tray. So what I like to do with empty tray flex is I like to put a tight end in the right slot, preferably the one with the best blocking. And then I like to take a right tackle and preferably one with good speed and put them at tight end. And then you want your best wide receiver here in the slot. I have no idea who that is on this team. and then you want speedsters in the outside. Since we have pretty much all bronze players, I don't know what we're working with really here. But let's put the blockers out on the field and we'll try this screen play. So basically the play I like to call is wide receiver screen. You can hit R2 or RT to switch the play to the side you want. I think we're going to start by going to the left side. Now the cool thing about this here is the tight end will go to the blocking side of the field and your best receiver will go to the receiving side of the field no matter what. All right, so basically what you're looking for here is you're looking to see whether they're in zone or man.
Wide receiver screen, reads and setup. You usually want to call wide receiver screen so that the 3 wide receivers line up on the side of the field with the most space. When the play starts, look to see if the defense is in man coverage. The cornerback will crash towards the screen receiver. Triangle or Y should get inside his man and get open. If instead the CBs drop into zone, R1 or RB should be wide open with blockers in front of them.
If they're in man, you'll see the defender start crashing towards the wide receiver. If they're in zone, you'll see them back off the wide receiver. So if they start backing off the wide receiver, you want to throw to square. If not, you want to look and see if triangle's open. So those are your 2 reads on this play. If neither of them are open, either run with the quarterback or throw it away. So here we go. We're going to pass it. Looks like man, so we're going to go to triangle. And actually hold on to the ball. So we'll go ahead and do hurry up and try it again. We'll go ahead and call it the same direction. You basically want to call it to whatever side of the field you have more space on. So again, we're looking to see if they crash towards our wide receiver or whether they back off into like a zone coverage. So we snap the ball, looks like man again. So again, we're going to go to triangle. And again, we got him. So that play should work very well against man or zone coverage. It's a really nice play, especially against the computer, because the computer really has a difficult time covering both receivers. So that's the screenplay. I'll show you our other passing play on the next drive if it's applicable here. So again, we don't get too much for these introductory challenges. Let's see if we got a player we can use here. So a silver right tackle will probably be an upgrade. We'll go ahead and see what he's all about. 78 run blocking is not that great. 75 impact, not great. Strength, decent. Speed's pretty good, actually. So, you know what we might do is use this guy as the speed blocker on screens. You got to be okay for that. So for now, we'll go ahead and just start him. And we'll get 100 coins for this bronze mutt tip. Okay, so now I got to play defense. And this is going to be pretty hard with our base lineup, potentially. I've got 2 plays that I kind of like on defense. All right, so we either need to force them to punt, intercept them, turn it over on downs, or force a fumble. All right, so let's show you our basic defense. It's at a nickel 2-4-5. Most playbooks have this. We're going to run a play called Overstorm Brave. Now, what I like to do is I like to take all of the linemen. So you hit X and then left stick to the left. Let's see. Let me see if they'll give me a chance to kind of set this up here. All right, so let's try it again. So you're gonna hit circle to select the player you want to adjust their play, X and then left stick left. We'll put them in a left zone. And then you can take the middle linebackers, hit X, and then down on the left stick to put them in hook zones. And that'll just kind of add defenders to help break up passes. Now again, I don't know if we have the right personnel to do a good job here. So basically what I'm going to try this time, I'll try to put the outside linebackers in zones to the outside of the field, and then the middle linebackers in zones to the center of the field. So with some practice, you can actually get this set up pretty fast. Now they have a fullback on the field. I'm going to go ahead and run commit here. Oh, that was a bad idea. Luckily it didn't take though. We dragged the quarterback down. So luckily I didn't get my run commit in because that would not have worked. All right, we're just going to run some sort of punt safe because as soon as they punt the ball, we should win this challenge. So we're going to call punt safe. Make sure they don't try to run a fake on us here. As soon as that ball hits his foot, this game's over. And because of that, we're either going to fair catch this ball or just run out of the way, and I think that's fine. So we'll let him down it on our 4 because it doesn't matter. It's the end of the game. So that's basically how you set up the Overstorm Brave. You can set it up with all 6 guys blitzing. You can send 5 and then use it the linebacker. You can send 4, 3, or 2. You can actually send 0 if you want to back everyone into zones. There's all kinds of ways you can mess with it. All right, let's see what we get now. Now we've got Carl Klug, a right end. He's got terrible speed. Not very good block set. He's got okay power moves. He's probably still better than whoever we've got right now, so we'll just go ahead and start him. We'll go ahead and quick sell our bronze tip. And then, let's see, down too late in the 4th. Okay. So this one should be kind of putting it all together. I have one more passing play to show you. It should come in handy on this drive. All right, so all we got to do is win the game here. All right, so I'm going to show you the other passing play I like to run. So we showed you how to set up the tray flex. We're going to drive this out of the empty tray. So again, you want a speed receiver out to the left and right. You want tall receivers in the middle in the slots, and then you want a speed tight end if you can get one. So we're going to kind of hope we're set up properly for this. I have no idea. Again, this is just our base team. So here's your reads on this play.
Go wide shake, reads and setup. Unless it's 3rd or 4th in long yardage, send square on a drag route by hitting triangle or Y if you're on Xbox to open the Hot Routes menu, selecting square or X, and then hitting down on the right stick. Against most zone defenses, R1 or RB will streak wide open. If you lead them inside by hitting R1 in left stick or RB in left stick, you should be able to catch the ball for a good gain if you time it right. Against man coverage, X or A on Xbox should almost always beat the linebacker if the tight end has decent speed. If neither R1 or X are open, if your square receiver has good speed, he'll be wide open underneath almost every single time.
If they're in zone, you're going to want to look and see if R1 breaks open. If so, throw it to R1. If he doesn't get open, then you throw it underneath to square. If it's man coverage, you're going to look for the tight end to break wide open. So we're going to look back. It looks like zone. R1 is not open, so we're going to go to square. We're going to go ahead and set that up again. Just run the hurry up offense if we, oh, it didn't let us hurry up. All right. So we'll do the same setup. So again, to send a square on a drag, all you got to do is hit triangle, then square, and then the drag is down on the R stick. All right. So again, this time it looks like zone. R1's got behind his receiver, and we got a touchdown with the possession catch. So again, you're looking to see if your R1 receiver gets behind a zone coverage. If he does, he should be wide open on the inside. If for some reason they stick with him in the zone, then square should come open underneath. And then if it's man coverage, triangle should be wide open if you're able to stand there long enough. You can also go to square on man coverage too. If your receivers are fast enough, they should both be open. Now here's how to kick. It's kind of like the older Madden games this year. You hit X to start your kick. You hit X at the top of the meter to select your power. And then at the bottom you hit X again. And that should determine whether your kick goes straight or not. So we're going to go ahead and try that here. So we hit X to start the meter, X at the top, and then X at the bottom. And that should line it up pretty straight. It gets a lot harder on the harder difficulty levels. Okay, so a minute left. We're going to kick it deep. Again, we're just going to make sure you can't escape to the left side. And if you kick it deep enough, the computer will take a touchback. So let me show you my other defense here. And it's good for situations like this. It's called man up 3 deep. Now I'll use this more often than most people. Most people only use it in this kind of situation. Again, I think what you want to do is you want to control the middle safety and play him about 10 yards down the field. Your first read is going to be run. If it's not run, you just try to wait and see if someone breaks open. That time he got wide open. No one even tried to cover him. So that's a problem. And again, you can guess past. The computer will not run the ball if it's under 159 and they're not ahead. So again, you're just waiting to see if someone gets open. He broke open. I was nowhere near him. So unfortunately, our players just cannot cover their receivers. What I might do here is I might drop another 2 guys into zones and just really set up just a field full of zones here. Ah, someone should come out and get. He never got out of bounds there. Again, though, that did slow them down. We're going to go ahead and try that setup again. So we're only going to rush 1 here. We're going to have everyone manned up, and then we're also going to have 5 zones. Just going to try and watch the tight end, make sure he doesn't get open. No, there we go. There's a nice play finally. So again, we just don't want to get beat deep here. So we'll send these guys out in zones again. Use the safety to cover. We'll just kind of watch the tight end, make sure he doesn't get lost over the middle. They threw it short inbounds. That's huge. So they're going to use one of their last 2 timeouts. Again, we're just trying to keep him out of the end zone. A field goal doesn't hurt us here. Again, just trying to make sure that tight end doesn't get lost. Running back's not open either. We're going to have to come down and stop Cam now. Oh, we missed the hit stick. That's terrible. All right, they're getting a little too close to the goal line now, so I think we're going to have to switch it up to nickel coverage here. Again, try not to run off sides when you set up your zones here. So we're just going to set everyone up in a zone here. Try not to let anyone get lost. Make sure Cam doesn't get away. Got a guy there. There we go. All right, so they're out of timeout, so all we have to do is come out and take a knee. So if the game's over and you just want to run out the clock, go to special teams, switch your tempo using L1 to chew clock, hit left stick to get to QB kneel, and take a knee. All right. So now our challenge is get more specific. We got to do a rushing, a passing, a rushing touchdown, and then a defensive stop. So let's try these challenges now. Let's just keep using the same principles we've learned. All right, so the key to playing a Denver solo challenge, you got to account for Von Miller at all times. So we got to rush for 20 yards or more without losing the football somehow. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into our I formation, twins flex. We're going to go ahead and put tight ends at receiver and a right tackle at tight end. That will give us basically 8 blockers that should be effective. All right, so we're going to set up HB toss. Now, we need to account for Von Miller at all times. This time he's on the right side of the field. The only problem is that severe numbers to the left-hand side, so I think we're still going to have to run it right. We just have to watch Von Miller, make sure he doesn't get a block shed right away. And of course, like usual, he does, but we were able to get some good rushing yards. We were able to get a nice truck. So we got 12 yards on the first play. All right, so again, let's take another look at their defense here. Again, they've got number 94 lined up off the center, so we will have a hard time running left. They don't have anyone off the right-hand side, so we're going to try that side again here. Again, we got good blocks. Everyone got blocked, and that's all we need. All right, so now we got to do it with passing yards here. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up our empty tray flex formation. So again, we want a tight end here. We want a right tackle here. We want our best receiver here, which probably is Hankerson, so that's perfect. And then we want speed receivers on each side. These guys should be all right. So we'll go ahead and run a screen to the left side of the screen. Again, what you're looking for here is you're going to try and see if they try to run up on coverage or if they're playing zone. So again, if they're playing man, looking for triangle, zone, you're looking for square. So this looks like man. We're going to get rid of it quickly. Hankerson's got it. Go ahead and run hurry up here. Now we're on the left half, so we're going to run it to the other side of the field. So again, you see that your blocker goes to the correct side and your good receiver goes to the correct side. Now you're looking for zone versus man. This time it's zone, so now we can throw it to the screen receiver and pick up the yards we need. So that plays super, super effective against a computer. Doesn't really matter how bad your personnel is. It ought to work pretty well. Okay, so we need to rush for a touchdown without turning it over. We're on the 41-yard line, which means we don't have to rush all the way down the field. It's also 2nd and 5, so we got to be kind of careful here. Again, let's set this up. We want our tight ends here. We want our right tackle there. And then we're just going to see if we can read this defense all the way down the field. So we're going to set up our halfback toss. We're going to take a look at how they're aligned. Looks like they got a gaping hole to the left. See how good? So we got blockers on cornerbacks. We got our left tackle outside of the inside guy there. So we're going to try to sweep this to the left. Great blocks everywhere. We try and duck outside, hold on to the ball before we get hit. Huge gain there. We're going to go ahead and substitute the running back. It's good to keep your running backs fresh, because once they get tired, they'll start fumbling the ball. So optimally, you want like 2 or 3 running backs you can use. Now this time they've got numbers to the left, so we're going to go ahead and run this to the right. No matter which side you decide to run to, it's always good to tap your side so that they can't guess which way you're running. So here we go. We're going to go right. Everyone's blocked. Hilliard, can you make a man miss? Sort of. Down to the 6. All right, let's put Dreamus back in here. All right, let's look at their setup here. So it looks like they got numbers to the right. Looks like we can probably make it all the way to the end zone on the left. We're going to try it. We got good blocks everywhere, so that's another touchdown. All right, so one more to go. All right, so all we got to do is win the game. So we don't necessarily have to get the stop here. Let's look at the situation. 2 minutes left. They're on their own 37, and we are up 6. All right, so we can afford to be pretty aggressive here, because if they score, we want them to score quickly. Let's go ahead and set up all our zones here. So that's how that should look. Make sure the tight end doesn't get open. We're not too worried about him running with Lynch, so he's going to throw it away. Perfect. Again, let's set this up again. So zone, 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 zone. That's kind of how you want this to look. I want to watch the running back, make sure he doesn't get away. Nice play there. Let's see, are they going to give him forward progress? Yes. Oh no, I accidentally took someone off someone. Ooh, we got pressure. Nice. Okay, watching the running back, make sure he doesn't escape. Oh, nice way to hold on to the ball. All right, 3rd and 1. Now, the thing about the computer, again, if they are under 2 minutes, even though this is normally a likely running situation, they're definitely going to pass here. So you don't have to worry about the run. Ooh, he dropped it. That's huge. Now, 4th down changes. The computer can run in this situation. So we're going to go ahead and probably just commit run here. and hope we can get the stop. So let's go ahead and run commit middle, pinch the line, and so we can get in the backfield. Yes, that's all we had to do. Okay, so we can't quite run out the clock because I have 2 timeouts. So let's get our run formation set up. We'll go ahead and put a tight end here, right tackle here, and then another tight end here. All right, let's take a look at their setup. So they look like they got numbers to the right. We should be able to get outside to the left. So that's what we're going to try to do. We got pretty good blocks. That's a good gain right there. All right. 2nd and 5 now. Our running back should be fresh after the timeout. So let's see how they're lined up. They've got numbers to the right. We look like we're pretty good to the left here. However, I'm going to switch to power O because we're going to try and run through that hole, and that'll get the fullback out there more to the inside, so we should be able to kind of cut between those guys. Let's see if that develops here. That's exactly what we got. Fell down, but that's probably for the best. All right. So now what I got to do again is just take our knees. So go to special teams. Go to QB kneel. All right, and then we need to turn on 2 clock to try and end this game quickly. All right, so that's all you got to do to get through these opening 8 challenges. They're not too difficult. Once you learn those 5 plays, basically all you need. All right, so we complete a set, ready for some football. All right, we're gonna add this to sets 101. It's gonna give us a mutt tip and a bronze badge. All right, so we can go ahead and sell this bronze badge. We can go see how much that's worth. Getting all kinds of bonuses for finishing the first 8 challenges. Activating a chemistry. Okay, cool. So we got a better fullback. We'll promote him to starter. We're going to promote Bryant Quick to starter. All right. That should activate balanced chemistry for us. All right. So now we have access to every single challenge, including the gauntlet, the journey. So I think what we're going to do for this series is we're going to try and get all the way through this. We'll take it 16 games at a time, and as we go, we will learn things about the market. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. If you want to see more just like it, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to play in free tourneys every Sunday, go to twitch.tv/Madden Tycoon. Thanks for watching.